Today is, today is Tuesday, December 22nd. Right now I'm at home, and today I wanted to talk to you about how my meeting went for the ABC evaluation. For right now, the evaluation is a no-go until we can figure out what's going on. I might be switched to a program called the Discovery Program, which, hold on. Basically is it's a program where they help you find work and that kind of stuff. And then they were talking about, let's see, what was the other thing? Today they were also talking about a day program thing. Basically, what they're saying with the day program, oh my god. Holy crap. What they're saying with the day program, I am totally out of it today, is that I'm going to be in a separate day program. Sorry, you guys. Oh, Lord. And I met Mike from ABC, and he's just so funny. So one time he's like, well, I gotta go get the card. Well, and we have to, it really is bad that we have to depend on technology and stuff, and we all started laughing. Oh my god. And I found out my SSB counselor is leaving. Well, not really leaving. She's just going to a different part of the organization, moving to a different unit. So, I'm getting a new counselor. Yay. So, I still got the same social worker. I met this lady named Pam, who is working alongside the social worker. The group home, they were saying, when they were talking about group homes, it was sort of something like, well, they called it a foster home, but it's actually a group home. They found a place that had an opening that they thought would be really good, but they got to schedule it so that I can go there for a visit and things like that. And then what we were talking about is that we have to update my assessment for this waiver thingy. Something called a caddy waiver, which basically qualifies people for certain services. So, yeah. They're trying to, and then they're also looking into getting an ALS, or ILS, or something like that worker, not ALS, what the heck am I thinking? ILS workers, what they do is like, they do more social kind of stuff, and they also do things like help with skills, like calling transportation and doctors and things like that. And the problem is, if they start asking me about insurance stuff for the doctor's appointments, somebody else would have to take care of that, and I do not know how to respond to that. And they were talking about, like, do you want to do secondary education? And here's my opinion. I do, but the only problem is, I just don't know if I would be able to understand half the things that they're going to be doing in college, that I would be learning in college. I don't know if I would understand the process of how to submit a paper or anything like that for college, because I wouldn't know how to do that. I wouldn't know how to do that, for one thing. That's just an example of why I don't think college would be the best option. And here's another example. The living situation. The only problem is I would have to live in, if I went to a regular college, I would have to live in a dorm or an apartment. And the issue with that being is I'm not really able to fully care for myself. That doesn't work. Like, yeah, you need to be able to completely take care of yourself. You need to take care of your own needs and stuff in college. And the problem is, some of that I wouldn't be able to do if I went to college. So, yeah, unless I had someone that worked with me in college, because that would be the only way it could really work. And then, let's see. Yeah, we were talking about group homes and that kind of stuff. And then we were talking about how I'd have to do the evaluation again, like I said. And we were talking about different ways of getting funding. And ILS is basically like a PCA, by the way. They were, to make a long explanation shorter, and the people at the meeting were talking about transferring me over to possibilities for funding for their discovery program. And for the day not for the discovery, it's just a way to get into the discovery program. But for the day program, they are looking into transferring me over to possibilities. And my mom said, basically that, basically what they were trying to explain is that Mrs. Jindra was completely, or I wouldn't say clueless, but she didn't know, that you could not get funding or anything like that, that quickly. And so she thought ABC would be the best fit for me. But Mike, I found out, works in, he works with people like my sister. And my sister loves possibilities. I mean, she did classes through them last year, and she loved it. And yeah, and we decided for the PCA, or ILS, as it's, for me it's called an ILS worker, not a PCA. But they decided for PCA, ILS, pretty much the same thing, whatever. And ILS is also working on social. Well, they decided for PCA and ILS, this is the third time I tried to say it, to go through, my mom and I and everybody else agreed to go through an organization called REM, because we know a lot of people, we know quite a few people that work through REM. So more than likely, we'd be in contact with somebody that I already know. So it wouldn't be that big of a deal, or someone that my mom knows that has a friend that works there. So like I said, we would know a lot of people at REM. It wouldn't have a problem if my guess is, I think we've been using them anyway, although I'm not exactly sure. So we'd just be sticking with the same thing, basically, that we've been doing for organizations for home care and things like that. So it's not that big of a deal. I am so glad that we'd be sticking with REM because since I know people that work through there, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. So, yeah, that's what we decided. After a 2-hour-long meeting, we went home. And we were almost going to have to switch cars because my mom's been having trouble with the belts on her tires and all that stuff. So she was afraid it was going to blow while they were on the highway. Mom had to fix my cane when we got home because part of my cane was cracked. At the bottom, close to where the tip is on it. It was cracked because it might have gotten caught in a door or something. But we put tape on it. And it worked out just fine. So, yeah, it was a pretty good meeting. But it left me with more questions than answers. And I am not kidding. I was left with way more questions than answers. So hopefully we're going to have another meeting. And they asked us for the evaluation, for the final questions, they asked us really dumb questions. They asked things like, can I dress myself? Can I use the bathroom by myself? Can I do this and that by myself? And then I found out what was going on with the school, and why the school was being the way they were with me. It was because they only know how to work, or they don't really know how to work with people like me. They know only how to work. They're more equipped to work with people like my sister. So basically, that's what happened today. Y'alls. I'll see you later.